What's up, guys? Okay, you guys got mad I didn't blow out the candle, so it's the birthday week. What's up, guys? So we're gonna be talking about Swoop drama. Adam McIntyre chimed in as well. Some irrelevant person named Johnny. I don't know if like that. So we're gonna be talking about it. Okay, I gotta blow out my wish. Happy birthday to me. I wish that Colleen Ballinger goes to jail. Mr. President. All right, guys. So here you go. Have a piece. It's gluten-free. It tastes so good. Isn't this cake so cute? So there you go. I blew out the candles. There you go. All right. So let's talk. Silence. We have so much to talk about because Colleen Ballinger is in the drama again. Well, kind of. Is she still shopping at Ross? Damn, y'all hit her that hard in the pockets? That's where she's just... Okay, anyways, I say that, but I shop at Ross too, okay? I be dipping it and doing it. Hey, I like a good sale, okay? I like a good sale. All right, so we're talking about Colleen Ballinger. We're going to talk about some information that has come forward. People are shook by it. Some responses, so let's jump right into it. Okay, so Swoop put out this video right here. In the thumbnail, it says, he lied for her. I was like, whoa, and posted, there's a devil in Colleen Ballinger's shadow and it's time we bring him to light. Well, the video came out and I'm not gonna take anything from it. I mean, it's very in-depth, very detailed. So, you know, with all respect, go check out the video, grab a snack and come on back. I'm just gonna give you a really short synopsis in it. And even by doing so, I'm not doing the video any favors because it's so detailed. So what I'm about to say is just a minute part of it. So in the video, okay, that I took away from it was that Johnny was called out for lying for Colleen Ballinger and doctoring things. I didn't really paint him in a bad light, and he went and he put out an apology statement, at least what it seems like. Even Adam McIntyre unfollowed his ass and blocked them. Whoa. Here we go. And here's what he had to say. So imagine a huge creator dropping a video on you, and this is what he did. He put out this statement. He said he's gonna make a video about it. We'll see, but he put out this statement. Here's what he had to say. Guidance and a safe space to share my story. I was praised for being so vulnerable and honest only to be defamed on. I was praised for being so vulnerable and honest only to be defamed on such a gross level. It made me feel like you were a massive source of trust. You chose to interview Adam about allegations regarding me rather than talking about me, making sure to promote your merch and fabricate a story for some extra revenue. I'm so beyond disgusted by all this. The thing is, right, you're so... And listen, I have to say this real quickly, guys. I've never, spoke to Swoop. I've never spoke to Johnny like that. I don't know. I mean, I make videos every single day on this channel. I go live every day on TikTok. I have a second channel I post every day on top of trying to live a normal life. So it's just to sit up there and try to put a lot of energy into things. I just try to, I don't know. So that's why this video is gonna suck, because there's so much information, right? That I'm only giving like a tip of the iceberg and not even that. But I've never spoken to Johnny before. I just find it so interesting that, you know, Swoop gave you a little platform to speak on, and the minute that Swoop sees things differently, all of a sudden, oh, she's the bad guy. She's promoting her merch and stuff like that. And I'm not trying to kiss Swoop's butt or anything like that, but I just call it like I see it. It just seems like, it's almost like if you work at McDonald's, right? And then you get fired from McDonald's and all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's the worst. McDonald's is the worst. But yet you still eat at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. It's kind of like that. I hope you guys can get that analogy. But anyways, here we go. Blah, 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 blah is what Johnny says in the video. Then he ends it with, which I was upfront about. You can call names and spread your lies, but I know my truth. I will not stop sharing it because of people like you. So apparently he did not like Swoop's video. And then to top it off, Adam McIntyre was like, oh, I'm putting my foot in the game now. Let me show y'all what I'm working with. Remember that song? That's an older song. So then Adam McIntyre came forward and he had a few words and he said a lot, and I don't want to take away from his video, so I'm gonna play like a short snippet. But basically he was saying, I don't like you, we were never friends, and I'm glad I got to say something about it.
Opening up, first of all, Johnny has told a lot of people, and even told Swoop, that he used to bully me and our paths used to cross a lot in the Twitter fandom. And that was how we started to know each other. This is bullshit. This is not what happened. Johnny has also went on the record saying that he was the generation before me in the fandom. Maybe we had crossed paths once or twice. Me and Johnny were not friends, and Johnny was not in the Twitter fandom bullying me whenever I was like 10 years old because I wasn't that was not, the time period doesn't add up. When he told the story to me on the phone call that Colleen Ballinger used to bully me when I was 10 years old, 9, 10 years old, and Johnny would have to defend me, it didn't make sense to me. It made me extremely upset because I was in a very emotional state from that couple weeks of uploading those videos, but it didn't make sense to me even in that moment because at 9 and 10 years old, I wasn't properly involved in the fandom yet. So Johnny has continuously made up stories about me or involving me to kind of make himself the savior. He will make up a story from so long ago that I won't remember if it happened or not, and thank God, not only do I not remember it, but the dates don't add up, so it further validates that this didn't happen. He will make up these stories and then take accountability and apologize for them, but they didn't happen in the first place, so he's just taking away from the things he actually needs to take accountability for, and it's fucking disgusting. So those stories he told were not true. And he would also say that, you know, he would have to defend me from Colleen so much back in 2012 and back in 2011 and all these different things when they were doing tiny chats. That was not true. He would lie. I did my first ever video call with Colleen probably in like 2017 or 2018 or something like that. He lies a lot, and he lies a lot about me. And I have been wanting to say something for so long, but out of fear of people saying that I was attacking a victim, I never did. I never did. And I knew that Johnny was not a victim because Johnny has been actively stealing my stories and adding to them. And whenever I will ask him for proof of anything or be like, I am so sorry this happened to you, can you please tell me more? He will tell me that I shouldn't be asking him that because it's triggering. So then I will just be believing his word that his grooming that happened to him was more extreme than mine. I will ask him what happened. He'll say, I don't want to tell you about it, but it's what happened to you. But I was, you know, it was worse to me. That's all I got. So I have not liked Johnny for quite some time. Now, I also side-eyed Johnny because in 2020 when my video came out, he was one of the main people attacking my video in 2020 because he was so close-knit with Colleen. And when we went on that call after he came out against Colleen, which, by the way, I obviously said it in Swoop, he told me the reason he came out with his video speaking against Colleen and Corey was because he wanted to build an audience off of us promoting his video so then he could take down Josh. And I don't know if anyone ever noticed, but I never platformed his video where he talked about Josh. That was for a specific reason, because we had conversations where we would on call, that one call we were talking about it, he never would provide proof for anything. When I spoke to Josh about those things, Josh would say, there's no proof because none of these things happened, and when I would ask him, he would show me things, and they didn't link up with what Johnny was saying, which is why I never platformed it, because I take these things seriously. I take it seriously what happened to me, and I'm not going to allow someone to completely steal my story, but say it's worse. And so I just didn't speak on him. I didn't speak on him. I reacted to his first Colleen and Corey video because he really wanted me to on that call. And I said that I would do it on my Twitch. I told him I would react to it. And I said that my audience would send him so much support, and then I would upload it to YouTube, and he was so excited. And I extended that branch to him, even though in 2020, all he did was make fun of my video and try to spread the narrative against my video because he was so close-knit with Colleen. Whenever he spoke up, I still was so proud of him that I told him that I was willing to platform his story. Little did I know that he was doing that so he could build an audience off of my audience, which is what he did with a bunch of other people, so then he could take.
Because it kind of seemed like, from my opinion, watching Adams and watching it all go down from the outside looking in, okay? It seemed like Adam was like, this guy is not even telling me the tea. He's not telling me, and I don't want to say tea. He's not even telling me the truth. Tea for truth. Because
you see, it's Becky, and we know who Becky is. She had been to a book signing the week prior. She had been to a few other shows. Like, that's how you know these conversations were had with these young girls, because sometimes it wasn't always publicly in DMs online. It was during that meet and greet moment at the end when the fans who were like the well-known Twitter fans would wait at the end and have those few extra moments. They'd be like, Colleen, like, is this okay? Like, is this good for the porn bit? Is this good for this bit? And she'd be like, oh my God, yes. Like, I'll look for you in the audience. I'll try to find you. And that was the dynamic. So these girls would just try to dress skimpier and skimpier. And it wasn't because they like the victim blaming and the slut shaming of children and the misogyny is beyond. Becky was coerced to wear this outfit for the porn bit, which we could get into, but let that.
When you
for a
say
second.
coerced, what was that somehow? Was there an expectation that you were going to wear that, Becky?
Not personally.
Oh,
But-
okay.
The clip says, and I'll play it for you in a minute, that Adam's like, yeah, so, you know, what did you go through? And then the Johnny's like, oh, way much worse than what you went through. Way, but I don't want to get triggered. Way much worse.
I'm going to censor this very, very, very much. Johnny went into detail about how after every show he would help Colleen stay skinny by helping her do something. And I won't go into detail about what that was, but he said this in a response to me saying that I've had lasting body image things because of Colleen. And he was like, oh, if only you knew. Which was a really weird thing to do. And that's further, you know, sticks with me. So that was that moment on. We talked about the Trisha nudes, you know, Colleen sending us the Trisha nudes. And again, whenever I opened up about what had happened to me, he ended up saying that it happened to him as well. But the difference was that he said that while me and Colleen engaged in this back and forth making fun of Trisha, that actually Colleen was sending it to him unprovoked. So what happened to me was, you know, not as bad as what happened to him. He was getting them unprovoked and I was carrying on it, even though I was a child and he was a grown man doing this as well. So he admitted to Swoop that he was also downloading the photos and making fun of Trisha as well. Which is not something he ever told me, and actually pushed down my story so that his one would be the golden one, even though I was a child getting those photos from Colleen. Now, Johnny also mentions that Colleen used to send her fans nudes to him, and he references this photo where a fan had covered her body, and I know exactly what he's talking about. I know exactly the name of the girl, if it's the exact same one, because I got that one too. Now, this was a photo that was posted on Twitter by this fan in which she was covering her body, but she was naked. And it was kind of a statement post she was doing about, like, her body or whatever. And it wasn't an inappropriate photo, or the context of it, it wasn't on OnlyFans, or it wasn't on Patreon, or it wasn't on any, you know, porn site or anything like that. It was like an expressive picture. And Colleen also sent that to me, so I know exactly what Johnny is speaking about there. But again, I would go on the record saying, yeah, that was it and that was the photo, but then Johnny has to say, oh no, Colleen would send me many fans nudes, or Colleen would send me, you know, fans nudes, and not give any details on that because it's more extreme than my story. You know what I mean? So this would happen often. This would really
come on. But yet you're so open to go on all these interviews and you're so open to go on all these platforms to talk about something that was so triggering, but yet you won't even have like the conversation with Adam. Okay? And again, I'm not kissing Adam's butt either. I'm just calling it like I see it. I think that if Adam, well, Adam already did say what he had to say. What I meant to say is I think that Johnny Sylvester, if you really feel some type of way and you feel like these people are painting you in a different light, if you feel like you need to, then go on and defend yourself. Or say that's not how it went down. Don't put in some little text message thing. Just make a video. If it means that much to you, make a video. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. And he could easily say, you guys, I got wrapped into fame and I wanted clout. If that's what it is, then say that's what it is. But don't sit up here and just paint out Adam and Swoop to be these liars and manipulators for the rest of their lives. If you feel like they got something wrong, then point it out. But right now, public opinions, people are like, girl, you lied the house. Lie the house. And I never really understood like Johnny's gig, and I'm not trying to listen. I want to say this: do not send any hate, do not send any negative comments to Johnny. This is my opinion. It's between us, right? When I like looked at Johnny's page, like he doesn't really post that much, and when he does post, it's about the Colleen stuff like that. Like, he doesn't seem like a YouTuber. Right? He doesn't give me like creator vibes, right? In the trenches, posting every day or whatever. Like it just seemed like it was something that he could just piggyback off of, or maybe gain some clout, fame off of, and then. But what I've noticed is that like people don't subscribe to his channel. They watch his videos, but they don't subscribe to his channel. Does that make sense? So maybe the YouTube gig just wasn't cut out for him. I wouldn't be surprised if he just runs off the YouTube platform and never posts video again. I mean, that seems to be what some of these people do. Like, when they get so called out and they're so back into the corner, they just give up and just don't ever post again. So I don't know what's going to become of the Johnny guy, but, you know, to sit there and say this was all a lie and these people are all lying, it's like, really? Like, because here's what I've noticed about people. I notice there's a good, the bad, and the bottom line, you know? Like, am I shady, ruthless, cutthroat? Yeah. You know, but am I also a giving, generous, good person who likes to laugh? Yeah. And then you got that bottom line part. And then you sit there and you weigh your options. You're like, okay, so here's the good and here's the bad. And let's see. Overall, he's a good guy. Overall, I don't want to associate myself with him. That's for people to decide for themselves, right? Because some things I say might affect them, some things I say might not. Whatever the case may be. But, you know, especially when you're a commentary, drama channel, whatever you want to paint me as, clown with the crown, of course, I'm going to ruffle some feathers. I'm going to say some things people don't like, especially when you post videos every single day. It's just, you know what I'm saying? And my opinions do change on things all the time as well. So I guess I could be a hypocrite too sometimes too, because Monday I might love pizza and Tuesday I might love cheeseburgers. So I guess I'm a hypocrite. But whatever the case may be. But I think that I'm trying to be, and I do want to say this in this video. I want to be respectful, and it's hard for me to tell you this because there's so much information, right? And the main key person, in my opinion, Colleen Ballinger, still has not said anything at all that I'm aware of. She hasn't came back to the YouTubes. I don't understand how she's even making any money, okay? I don't understand how she's even making any money. If putting out content is her gig, then the last video she did, they got something million views. What was that? Maybe a couple $1,000s. I don't know about her, but I like to eat. I have expensive taste. I'm gonna need to put out some more videos. So Colleen Ballinger, I think it's about time. Mark my words. Mark my words. Colleen Ballinger is due to drop another video very soon. Get ready. Why? Because she has to pay the bills, and every month. It comes like clockwork, the bills, every month. So she can't just not post anything for the rest of her life. She posted her ukulele video. Do you have that to go off of? And I think we have another video coming out pretty soon. I don't have any inside tea or anything like that. I'm just looking at it from a matter of perspective, like outside looking in. It's like, okay, we should see a video by her before the end of the month. But that's my opinion. Unless she can live off the money she made off that last ukulele playing video. Who knows? Remember, she has lawyers now. She has lawyers. And she's probably, you know, they're probably telling her not to post videos. But, you know, when I sat down to make this video, I was like, I'm going to talk about this. And I'm going to talk about that. And I'm going to talk about this. And I want to talk about... And then I got into it and I was like, no, let me just start over. Because there's just so much to talk about that I know I'm going to miss some things and I'll be doing a disservice. So I just wanted to keep it very superficial. I just wanted to like, touch upon it very, very lightly. Swoop dropped the video. Johnny didn't like it. Johnny made a response. Adam McIntyre unfollowed him, said how he felt about him. And I guess we're all waiting for Johnny's video, if people are even going to watch it at that point. Girl, who knows? Even if Johnny comes out and disproves Swoop and disproves Adam, people aren't gonna believe his ass anyway. Let's just be honest, like, girl, that's my opinion, girl. Sad to say it, but I'm just calling it like it is. Wish him the best. I wish Johnny the best, much success, and I hope that whatever it is you do with your life, it works out. But I'll be watching, and I think a lot of people are gonna be watching what happens next. And I want to say this was a very interesting turn of events because I did not see this happening at all. Anyways, this is Rich Love, the hottest celebrity news on YouTube. See you guys later. Bye.